Hey, it's Retro, and today we're going to be reviewing a Storytime animated video. It's called I Secretly Discovered My Poor Parents Are Billionaires. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, I guess.
Why live with evil geniuses if you can't learn to be an evil genius yourself? Have you ever heard of that saying?
No, I don't think I've ever heard of that saying. I think it just made that up on the spot. I don't think anybody could relate to that saying, to be honest.
Well, now you have.
I guess so.
Listen carefully and watch closely as I show you how I outsmarted a full family of evil geniuses. And who knows, perhaps if you watch attentively till the end, you might be able to grab a thing or two, and no one will be able to take advantage of you, ever again.
You heard that? If I watch this video, nobody will be able to take advantage of me again. Well, I'll just see if this video has any wisdom to guide me to the right path.
When my parents invited me to the city and enrolled me in the most prestigious university ever, I knew my life was going to take a turn.
Any title says that you think your parents are poor. What about enrolling into a rich university makes you think your parents are poor?
I just never expected it to be this turn. Growing up, I was always extremely grateful. Who would have thought that Miss Janet, the most mischievous girl in the entire orphanage, would ever get adopted?
Where the hell is that pose? You look like you're posing for a TikTok.
That I changed. Anyone who met me now would find it hard to believe me if I told them about my past. I was a totally different person now. A good person now, if I might say.
Oh good lord, what the hell? That facial expression looking like shit.
My parents weren't exactly well-to-do, but they gave me everything I needed to survive while I worked hard to cover up for the rest.
Yeah, whatever, we know you're privileged. Yeah, get on to the story now.
In my honest opinion, they actually gave me much more than what I needed, but I wanted to make sure that our tiny village hut was always in tip-top shape when they came during the end of the year.
Wait, excuse me, you just call this house a tiny village hut? What the fuck?
I grew up alone because my parents were always off doing hard labor to make sure that I was always alright. At least, that's what I thought, until recently.
You're leaving breadcrumbs everywhere.
Anna, one of the maids, said, "Huh?"
You're messing the kitchen up.
I laughed. What was our maid saying exactly?
Oh my god. You know, you could at least have some fucking human decency.
But why did a maid think she could complain about how I was eating when the only reason she was employed was so she could clean up after me?
Like, yes, the maid's job is to clean up after you, but you can make the lady work a little bit less by not being a privileged asshole.
Are you deaf or something? Oh no, wait. Yes. You're completely out of your mind. You've gone completely mad. I just told you that you're leaving breadcrumbs on the table and the floor while you ate, and instead of cleaning them up immediately, you just laughed and continued eating?
What the heck was going on?
Oh my fucking god, please do not act like you've used the fucking victim now.
I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to use my privilege or do anything out of the ordinary, so I ignored her rude comment and continued eating the piece of bread that I'd picked.
Wow, you just admitted that you have privilege. Like, I don't understand. What about this makes you think that your family is poor? Like, you have so much stuff. You have a mansion and you have even maids. What about that is poor?
You're just gonna ignore me?
Wait a minute. Why was no one stopping her?
Oh, look at the crying privilege face. I guess we should be sorry for you in this moment, but I don't.
Anna, you're being really rude at the moment, and as much as I've tried not to react to this insulting behavior, I'm getting really angry and starting to lose my Before I could complete my sentence, Anna had lunged towards me and I felt a pain that I'd only ever felt in the orphanage once again. Anna slapped me. The maid really slapped me.
Good. She should slap you next time for being so entitled.
No one even tried to stop her. A silence suddenly filled the room and everyone started shuddering. I looked up and tried to speak, but...
What absolute rubbish! Who do you think you are, maid?
Oh shit, the father went up like a fucking anime villain. Yeah, who do you think you are, mate? You dumb piece of shit garbage fucking...
My dad called out as she started leaving the kitchen in tears.
Oh god, what the fuck? This animation looking ugly as hell. Like, why have to make the mouth open up like that? Oh god.
After the incident, the mansion staff began avoiding me. I tried to talk to them, but everyone shuffled past me so quickly that I started suspecting that they'd all been gifted superpowers.
What? Like, you even making sense at this point?
I tried to ask questions in school, but people avoided me like I had the plague. My brothers behaved like they didn't know me, and they were readily accepted by everyone else in the school. So, why was it different for me?
Like, you look like you're having a brain aneurysm here. Like, you're looking so flabbergasted that people do not want to talk to you. Like, it's not that hard to correlate that you're being a dumbass and nobody wants to talk to you because you're kind of privileged.
I understood that the university was occupied by mostly men, but even the few girls in the school didn't want to associate themselves with me. I guess it was because they knew that I wasn't a billionaire like them, but it hurts. It hurt badly.
Ah, yes, I also cry because I am not a billionaire. Like, what is happening right now?
How was I going to know what was going on in my family if everyone refused to speak to me? It wasn't over for me though. I had one last recourse: the deep, dark web.
What the fuck? Ah, yes, the deep dark web. Why go to solve all my problems? Hi, Retro here, and I'm here to tell you about the dark web. Is your school giving you the silent treatment? No worries, because if you go on the dark web and illegally buy a gun, you could go the next day to school with a smiling face knowing that your classmates will be begging to talk to you. Oh, you don't want to talk to me? Huh? Oh, well, I'll show you.
Everything could be found online if you only searched hard enough, and I was determined to search as hard as I possibly could. During my search, I noticed that I had to pay for some apps to give me access to more features. I didn't hesitate in using the little savings I had to pay for those features.
You're fucking dumb or something. That's the first thing you shouldn't be doing on the dark web, which is using real money to pay for anything.
I never really had a lot of money, and I was used to it by now. My parents didn't have a lot of money. They were just staff in the mansion.
What? Yeah, your parents have no money, man. You know, just a $10 million mansion. Yeah, that's nothing. Like, what is this? I don't understand what is this thought process. Like, you're not poor.
My father invited me to a big event. Apparently, their boss's friend was around and wanted to see the whole family. He told me that if I made a good impression, that he might get a better job and make everyone's lives better. He kept everyone at arm's length, and I tried to have a conversation with my brothers, but they ignored me as usual and just stood beside me.
Why does all your brothers look like a stereotypical bully you'd find in a high school?
I didn't bother with my mom because she looked scared out of her mind like she always looked.
So you was never concerned about that? Like, look at she looking depressed out of she mind. You should probably go talk to she before she kills herself.
Since I was so close to my dad, I put a truth serum that I'd gotten online into his drink.
Oh, what? Like, I do think you should put some random serum you find on the dark web into your father's drink. Like you want to kill him or something.
He had to tell me the truth that night. When he finally lost his guard, he confessed to everything while I secretly recorded his confession. He didn't believe that women served any other purpose apart from procreation, so he didn't give them jobs or chances. He also didn't associate with them because he felt they were below him. My mom's purpose was simply to give him 4 sons. And once she did that successfully, her new purpose was to smile and look perfect in pictures, and she played that role perfectly.
Jesus Christ, your father is one fucked up sexist.
Dad?
Huh?
Did you ever love or care for me just a little bit?
No, you were solely for business.
My dad didn't remember that he'd made such a terrible confession when morning came, so I had enough time to think strategically concerning the next steps that I was going to take. I continued schooling in my dad's school and I did my best to get the best grades in the school, but none of my course mates cared since they knew that I wasn't as rich as they were. They were wrong. When I shared the recording with my father, he was flabbergasted, and I was extremely excited. I insisted that he send me a monthly stipend that ran into billions, despite the fact that he kept insisting that doing that monthly for over a year would make him bankrupt.
Wow, no, you're blackmailing your father. Well, to be honest, he kinda deserves it.
Distraught and confused, he sent kidnappers my way, but the leader turned out to be a guy I used to help when I was in the village.
What the fuck? That's such a dumb coincidence. And also, why the hell the guy used to know in the village is just a leader of a kidnapping gang? To be honest, I think that just put this part in the story a little bit more interesting at the end because this just making no sense.
We hugged and caught up, and once we were done with that, we proceeded to have a civil discussion with my father concerning his behavior. He didn't try anything again after that. I saved every penny and invested it while working to earn the money I spent
Why do you look like such a dipshit in this frame?
and living in my own house. Luck shone my way and my investments turned into gold, doubling and tripling in interest by 200% and upwards.
Oh god, I thought I'd never see this ugly facial expression again, but here it is.
I saved the company by buying it for pennies before it could turn to ruins, and then I fired my family from the company and separated myself from them legally.
Wait, hold on. I understand why you kick your father out of the business, but why the hell you kick your mother out of the business? She did nothing wrong.
I changed everything about the company and started a new age. Why live with evil geniuses if you can't learn to be an evil genius yourself?
What kind of shit moral even is that in the first place? You're living around bad people, so instead of actually being good and breaking a loop, you should be bad just like them? Like, that is making no sense.
I don't hate my family. No, not one bit. As a matter of fact, I love and appreciate them because they made me what I am today, an evil genius.
To be honest, lady, I was on your side for a long while, but at this point, you could go fuck yourself for all I care. Anyways, that was the end of the video. To be honest, I don't really understand the moral of the story. I guess it's to be an evil person. I don't know. So yeah, see ya next week. Bye.